Hey friends, you're listening to the Daily Treasure Podcast, and my name is Sharon Batters, and I am so grateful that you have joined us for today's Daily Treasure. The devotional today is called Hope in the Mundane, and today's treasure is from Matthew 6, verse 28. And why are you anxious about clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin, yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. But if God so clothes the grass of the field, which today is alive and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, will he not much more clothe you, O you of little faith? Friends, what does attempting great things for God look like in a dying church, a young pastor's family, a defeated congregation of people longing for something more, desperate to hold on to the past glory, not sure what expecting great things from God looks like? Those many years ago, on our inner city parsonage porch, Elisha's question to the hopeless widow, "What do you have in your house?" took on life as we began to take stock of what little we had to offer in what felt like a hopeless mission. One of our previous exciting ministry experiences took place within a circle of like-minded young adults committed to sharing the gospel. But now we were alone. We did not know one person in this church. Chuck concluded, "If only I had two strong families who shared the vision of the gospel." But there didn't seem to be anyone who had the energy or the passion for kingdom building in this neighborhood. Chuck's cry to the Lord scared me. "The inner city is not where I want to be. What have you done bringing us to this place? I have nothing to give this needy community. The needs are bottomless." Unlike Chuck, the ministry possibilities of this move initially excited me. But now I feared my enthusiasm may have influenced Chuck to say yes to this assignment when he could have said no. I didn't know how to help. Maybe he was right. Implied in his cry was, "I am your servant. I gave you my life. Surely you have something more exciting for me to do than trudge through life in this dying community all by myself." Chuck's cries sound eerily like the widow in 2 Kings, when she reminds Elisha that her preacher husband, one of Elisha's guys, is dead, murdered by Elisha's archenemy, Jezebel, implying Elisha must take responsibility for saving her family. Elisha's response to the widow is not much different than God's response to us in those lonely days. Watch as the prophet Elisha seems to callously respond to a grief-stricken, hopeless widow's pleas for help from him, and see if you can detect the similarities. She is about to lose her two sons. The widow's husband was one of the prophets murdered by the wicked Jezebel. A creditor is coming to take her two sons as payment for her bills. Surely Elisha, God's representative, should take responsibility for saving her penniless family, and so she asks him for help. She has nothing, or does she? Elisha asks her a critical question, one we would do well to ask ourselves when life seems hopeless. What do you have in your house? Her response, nothing except. Nothing except. Well, I have a little bit of oil. Was she thinking, the oil is worthless, Elisha? Not even enough to bake a loaf of bread. And in fact, I don't even have flour for bread. So what can you do with such a pittance? Can't you just pay my bills so my sons aren't made slaves? Maybe Elisha could have paid the bills for her. But he had something better in mind, a life lesson that would not only pay the bills today, but meet her needs in the future. Elisha knew his limitations. He could not help her, but God could. His question, "What do you have in your house?" helps the widow reevaluate her circumstances. His question challenged her. Are you really without hope? Has your crisis blinded you to one blessing, one thing, one hope? And ultimately, has God really abandoned you? In the middle of my own frustration meltdowns, these questions initially frustrate me more. But when I take a deep breath and listen carefully, I begin to see, perhaps I missed one hopeful thing. Elisha's question may have seemed ludicrous to the widow, but his end game was to turn her heart toward her God, who would do for her what Elisha could not. Our goal must always be the same, to turn hearts toward the only one who can meet our deepest needs. Elisha was about to show this widow how to attempt something great for God and to expect something great from God. She discovered hope in the mundane. Teaching moment number 3, know your limitations. Back to Chuck's helpless cries that first Sunday in our new church. God could have magically filled our city church with like-minded, passionate about the gospel families, but He had something bigger in mind for us. Nothing except. Friends, what is the except in your house, your hands? Oh, Father, may we listen carefully to your answers to our cries. May we obey in the mundane when it seems pointless and open our hearts to the answers right in front of our eyes and our hearts. Friends, thanks so much for joining us for the Daily Treasure podcast. And as always, we like to introduce you to other resources that are designed to help turn your heart toward Jesus. And one of those is our Help and Hope podcast. You know, Jesus promised that in this world we will have troubles, but don't be afraid, because as He also promises, He has overcome the world. We are so grateful that we can offer to you stories, redemption stories from the Help and Hope podcast that are designed to address some of those troubles that we might experience. These life crises are often difficult to discuss, but friends, they need to be faced as we help one another walk by faith. The Help and Hope podcast includes real-life testimonies of people who have walked through experiences that are hard and they have found their strength in Christ. We tackle such life crises as terminal illness, loss of a child, widowhood, depression, addiction, adoption, and so much more. Our guests include well-known people like Nancy Guthrie, Daryl Strawberry, Ben Fuller, Rosaria Butterfield, Laura Story, Vanitha Reisner, and so many more. But we also offer many stories from people like your neighbor, your friend, your coworkers, people like you, people who quietly persevere, often alone in their struggles, except for the presence of their Lord. Some of our conversations are with counselors and those who offer practical steps for walking by faith when life is hard. I know that these conversations are going to shore up your foundation for those uninvited moments when your faith is challenged. You're going to be encouraged, and we invite you to share these stories with others to help them walk by faith wherever God has placed them. So friends, go to markinc.org, that's markinc.org, click the Help and Hope link, and browse these stories and look for those stories that apply specifically to you. But also check out the ones that don't, because I know that there's someone in your life who's going to need the help and hope that you hear in these conversations. I'm Sharon Betters, and I am so grateful that you have joined us today, and we look forward to being with you tomorrow.